So now on to part 2 of this video. The main thing I want to show you guys is how to plan your day ahead of time so that you don't fall off the wagon halfway through the day, and you know how to make adjustments. So here's how we're going to do that. I'm going to show you guys according to my macros how I plan ahead for the next day, because I literally do this before bed every night. It takes me 5 minutes. So the goal here is to hit your numbers, so your totals here. My macros for today are 60 fat, 260 carbs, and 135 protein. Now I like to hit to the gram every day because for me it's pretty easy. Doesn't cause me stress, but if it does cause you stress, then you can be within, let's say, 2 to 3 grams of fat. So you want to be between 3 to 5 grams of carbs and protein, simply because carbs and protein are 4 calories per gram and fat is 9. So more of a difference in your grams of fat makes a bigger difference to your overall calories. So those are my goals. Now I'm going to show you guys how I plan ahead. So for breakfast, I go to multi-add. I have my cream of wheat every morning with peanut butter, strawberries, egg whites, cashew milk, flax, chia seed, cream of wheat, and cinnamon and cauliflower. So I have all of those, and I just click add, and those are all in there. So that's my typical breakfast. And so notice how this is like 33 and this is 102. It's just because I will adjust every day depending on like how much I actually measure out versus like the ideal serving size. So let's say we measure it out perfectly tomorrow, it's gonna look like that. But it kind of changes day to day, and I'll show you guys how to make adjustments because that's what I did today. That's why it came up like that. So then the next meal, you can, let's say I want some ground turkey. I want 2 ounces of ground turkey. I want 6 ounces of sweet potato because my carbs are relatively high. So my sweet potato serving size needs to be a lot bigger. My carb serving size, I mean. And then let's say I want Brussels sprouts with that. Add that in. And then the next meal, let's say I want, and let's do this. So let's say I want to have Halo Top at the end of the night. You don't have to wait till the end of the day to plug it in. You can go to your last meal, and let's say I want a pint of Halo Top. And here I went to, instead of half a cup, I just went to a whole container, and I plug that in. I track it with the carbs from erythritol because I just don't trust that yet. And the calorie count is based on carbs minus erythritol, which really bugs me. So I plugged in the whole pint. I track all the carbs from fiber, from sugar, alcohol, everything. So that's in there. And then you just plan around it. So far, let's see what the totals are. We're at 35 fat, 138 carbs, 67 protein. So you're looking at that and you're like, all right, I need some more of everything. So let's go. I always have my rice cakes. So I plug in rice cakes. I usually have 4 with 24-ish grams of peanut butter. Always have my Carbon Recover. I just plug in 0 because I don't want to track the carbs from it, but I do it consistently, so that's what matters. And then let's say I want a Lenny and Larry's cookie. I mean, these things are all in my history, but it's really easy to search. So for the cookie, you would just scan the barcode. For the peanut butter, you could scan the barcode, and the rice cakes as well, or you could search it. But that's what I usually have for that. So these are 28 carbs, 4 protein. This is a bunch of fat, some carbs, some protein, and the cookie is 8 fat, 56 carb, and 16 protein. So you can see I'm picking a lot of carb heavy stuff because my carb macros are fairly high. So now you see we need 5 grams of fat, and we need about 25 carbs, and we need 40-ish protein. So we're getting there. Now we need a protein dense meal with some carbs. So let's say we just fill that in. So maybe I'll have some baby red potatoes, 2 egg whites, and some 99% turkey breast maybe. And so that's not a lot of fat, a lot of protein, and some carbs there. So if we add that, where are we at? We're at 56. We need 6 more carbs and 10 more protein. So this is where it gets tricky. People are like, how do I finish off perfectly or close to perfect? And so I'm gonna show you guys how I basically hit them to the dot every single day. So I need 10 more grams of protein. And so I do eat kind of randomly. So sometimes I'll have 6 meals, sometimes I'll have, like I won't eat these together, so I'll have the rice cakes and peanut butter at one time and snickerdoodle cookie at another. So like this is technically eating like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times already without meal 4 even filled in. So I need 10 more protein, so I could just change this to 4, so I have 20 grams instead of 10. Boom, protein's done. And then we need 6 more carbs, so that sounds like a vegetable. So if you go here to broccoli and I type in maybe 90 grams, that's 6.3 carbs, 2 protein. So we go here, plug that in. So we got more vegetables, and now we've hit 260 on the dot. Now we're over on protein, under on fat. So if you really wanted to, you could leave it this way, but it just takes a little tweak to fix. You just bring this down. So egg whites, you can bring egg whites down or up by the gram of protein by 0.2. I've figured that out during prep. So 3.8 is 19, and I need 2 less, so 3.6 is 18. Oh, and then 3.4 is 17. So there, and then it tells you the number of grams for egg whites. This is just the ones I use. I scanned the label, and it tells you the number of grams to pour out, which is really nice. So 135 protein, 260 carb. I'm way over on fiber, but that's great for digestion and farts. And then fat, I still need 4. And so when you are below on fat, it's easy to want to add peanut butter, but that has carbs and protein that'll put you over as well. So instead, I'm gonna go to this meal here, maybe, and I'm gonna go to coconut oil, because coconut oil is pure fat. I'm just gonna fill up the rest of my fat with coconut oil, add it to the meal. I'll just melt it on top before I eat it. Boom. 60 fat, 260 carb, 135 protein. And so the key here, guys, is to keep it simple. So single ingredient foods that are primarily a single macro. So things like sweet potato, look at that. 0 fat, 34 carb, 2.7 protein. So if you need to fill up on carbs, if you have carb left over, pick something like a sweet potato or a red potato or a rice or a rice cake. Those have mostly carbs and not much other macros, and that's how you're gonna fill up one without going over another. Same thing with coconut oil. If you need fats, just add this to meals instead of trying to budget for random things that might have some fat and like making it complicated. That's how I kind of play the macro Tetris game. I just make it as simple as possible. Same thing with like, protein. So this ground turkey breast is 99% fat free, so it's barely 1 gram of fat and 19.5 protein. So if you need protein, stick with that, or stick with egg whites, which is pure protein. And that is how you would finish out planning a day. And then let's say I get to this day and I eat meal 1, I eat meal 2, and then meal 3, let's say meal 3 I didn't have enough potatoes. So I pour all my potatoes out and I only had 4 grams or 4 ounces. So I plug that in and change it, and then let's see where that puts me. Now I need 9 carbs and 1 protein. I'm like, oh no, what the hell do I do? Well, I could change. I've already eaten these 2 meals. So we are here and we haven't eaten all of this. So we can change some of this. So if I need more carbs, let's see. I could add some rice. maybe I could add 9 carbs worth of rice. So that would be like 40, yeah, 40 grams of rice, 9 carbs, 1 protein, barely any fat. Plug that in. All right, let's see where that puts us if I added that to my meal. It is gonna be kind of random sometimes, so like a little tiny bit of rice with that meal is kind of random, but look, it puts me where I need to be for carbs and protein. Oh, and then I'm 1 over on fat. So you could leave it like this. You can definitely leave it like this. What am I saying? You don't need to be spot on perfect, but I'm just showing you how so that you know. Let's see if bringing this down a gram changes anything for us. Boom! Now we are back to 60, 260, 135. So we just brought peanut butter down 1 gram. This stayed the same. Added some rice when you were out of potatoes. Stuff like that. Little trade-offs, little adjustments. That's how you make it work when you're in the moment on that day. So that is how you do the MyFitnessPal-ing, and I hope that was helpful. If you're my client and you don't already plan ahead, try it. Meal prep some meals, plug them in ahead of time, and see if that helps you stick to your numbers better. I know the clients that have implemented this that I work with, it changes their ability to stick to their diet immensely, and sometimes that does mean like creating a meal plan for yourself. So like making the same meal preps, plugging them in, knowing what you're gonna eat, and sticking to it. It is sort of a self-made meal plan, but the beauty of it is that you can make those tiny adjustments when you need to, and that doesn't throw you off. Or if you want to fit in Halo Top, for example, you totally can, and you're not restricted to like 5 different foods. And the beauty of it is also that you get to choose the foods that you want for your meal preps so that you like what you're eating. It's as simple as that. Like the food you eat, and dieting gets that much easier. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave it a thumbs up for me. That helps spread my channel, helps spread this video out for more people to see, for more people to learn. Let me know in the comments below anything you want to see from me in the future, and I hope you guys have a great week. Make sure to follow my other social medias, MarissaRoyFitness, on basically everything, and I will have that linked down in this down in the description box below. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!